Hi, my name is Yasu, and I do Hitorigoto in my channel. It's Japanese word, means talking to myself. So today I want to talk about my situation with my depression treatment, which is the after 2 years and in 3 months, not 6 months. I successfully finished all of my depression treatment. So I'm done with depression. And I guess I'm happy. I'm not sure. And I will tell you why I'm feeling this way as well. So everything I counted how long I did the depression treatment based on when I was starting the taking the effexor. But if I count those time that I initially visited my psychiatrist and also like started to seeing therapist, the cognitive behavioral therapist, then it was actually for 2 years and 6 months. And I finished the officially finished depression treatment, and I'm not gonna see my therapist anymore. But I will continue to see my psychiatrist probably until next March. By next March, it will be 1 year since I stopped taking effexor, and I want to make sure that if something happens to me, then I can actually check with my psychiatrist and then ask him for some kind of guidances and helps if something happens in that period of time, because the relapse rate um, of the relapse rate after people stop taking effexor is within 1 year. I think 60%. Not effexor specifically, like antidepressant. And within 2 years, I think relapse rate is like 70% or so. It's really high, and I can understand why high. So although I will do everything to make sure that I'm not gonna relapse, but I wanna have my doctors and then keep the sessions once a year to make sure that I am on the right course, and if I need help, he can be there for me. And also, like, I'm still taking sleeping pill, which is Dayvigo, and I want to actually reduce it and stop taking it gradually. So I don't want to rush into anything to. I don't want to mess up anything by rushing into anything. But one big change is that nowadays, like, if I take the same amount of Dayvigo, it puts me too much sleep. So voluntarily, I reduce the amount and see how it goes. And then I realized that it doesn't really affect that much. Even I reduce the amount of Dayvigo. So maybe that shows that I am getting better. My condition is getting better, and my brain health is getting better. Maybe. But overall, that is a good sign. And the reason why I am feeling this way, like I'm not super happy, so excited for my new like chapter, is because that day when I realized that I'm actually in the world that is after I finished depression treatment, it just came to me out of nowhere. Like last month, I was feeling unsettled, in a way weird, because I was really, really stable. I don't take the medications anymore. I don't feel too happy all the time. No, I don't feel depressed or feeling low for all the time. I'm in the middle. And then the changes are really, really, how do I say, there's not much mood swing. It's peaceful. And then because of that, I felt weird. And I didn't know how to articulate that. And then one day it hit me, oh, I think I got better. I don't need the depression treatment anymore. And then look, I don't take the medications anymore, and it's been 6 months. And then a lot of things have started to like making sense. For example, compared to a year ago, or like 2 years ago, I am in much better situations, better health, better conditions, and the sleep is also getting better. And the most important factor is I don't take the medications anymore, yet I feel so stabilized. So everything clearly pointed out that I'm done with depression treatment. But this, I guess this is something, that transition was something unexpected. I thought I knew it, but when that happened, I couldn't really adjust myself for it right away. And what I meant is that somehow in my head, when the day comes to me, like no more treatment, I'm done with depression treatment, I have this image that, well, I'm gonna live super, super happy all the time, excited about a lot of things, with so much energy, with so many things that I want to do. Life is full of hopes and plans and everything. Somehow I had that image. I don't know why. But in reality, life is not like that. When something good happens, we feel good. When something bad happens, we feel sad and frustrated and hurt. But we don't stay at the super happy moment all the time. And we don't stay at the super sad, depressed moment all the time. We are always in between. And the mood swing doesn't really change that rapidly. That's that's the average life. That's the, maybe it's safe to say, normal life. But I forgot that. When I was dealing and focusing on myself to get better, I created these images that, oh, before everything happened, I was healthy, I had this much energy, I had so much, I was very like proactive, optimistic. And somehow in my head, I had this image of myself that I was like that all the time, 24/7. But when I think about it, that's not real me. Nobody can stay and be always happy. We can stay moderate, like we can stay happy with moderate amount, but not too super happy all the time, and not too super depressed all the time either. And that is why when I crossed the point that I am healthy now, I don't need the treatment. Life doesn't change. And then that makes me wonder what is going on. But once I acknowledge that, then now my view has changed. I adjusted myself for it, and I can appreciate those things that I'm able to gain back. So, for example, like now I don't have to really worry about depression treatment. So there's a lot of mental space available in my head. I can watch some new contents. I can hang out with my friends. I can meet new people. And it makes me laugh. And that's very important. And laughing is so much fun. Before, I didn't have that much chance because my life is so fixed. I controlled a lot of variables. And of course, like there's just so many changes and what's happening whenever I reduce or changes my medications. And I just keep observing myself. Is this wrong? What's going on? What causes me to feel this way? And based on this, how can I improve it? And of course, I stopped meeting people. I stopped spending time with my people, and not really spending or like exploring new things because it required me to use a lot of energy, and I just didn't have that energy except focusing on my depression treatment. So now I can laugh, feels really good, but not all the time because that's not how it works. But at least when I want to actually laugh and have a good time, I know exactly what to do. Like ask my friends to spend time with me and then go out, grab coffee and then talking things, anything. And that's life. So it really shows that my condition is really improved. I am healthy now because when I was dealing with my depression, I couldn't think of the, those things. I couldn't do that. It's just the gaps between what I'm feeling and what I'm going through right now and what I actually had or hoped. The gap is really big, which I just didn't realize that I have these unrealistic images of being of me after finishing my depression treatment. So I'm still trying to adjust, but that was something that was quite interesting, that I had these unrealistic images of becoming healthier and in overcoming these mental um, health issues. And what's left of me right now is um, I will make sure that I'm not gonna depressed anymore, because I really don't think I can go through the same treatment again. I don't even know how I managed to get through everything. And meanwhile, in the last 3 years, including the health issues with the these tumors and the surgeries and everything, in total, it was 3 years. It was all about me, focusing on myself, talking to myself, checking on myself. And in the end, I get healthier now, but I get bored with myself. It's just too much time with myself. And probably that is why, like, the when I was having the last therapy sessions with my therapist, in the end of it, she was telling me that, so what your life is gonna be after everything. And I told her that nothing really changes, life goes on. And then she changed the question, and she was asking me, so now what do you want to do? One thing, if there's a one thing that you can do right now, what do you want to do? And without thinking much, I was telling her that I wanted to fall in love. And when I said that, I was laughing. And then, based on her faces and everything, she just didn't know what to say. And then, in the end, she was telling me that you always surprised me. That's the least expected things that I was to hear from you. That's what she said. I was laughing and shook her hand, and then that was really it. And then now that really makes sense, because I think I want to invite people into my life so that I can expand my life not only over myself but with other people, with a specific person. So it becomes no longer myself. At least I need that, because I don't think I used up everything, basically. Spent too much time with myself in the last 3 years, very intensive sessions with myself. And there's nothing left in me. In order for me to keep going, in order for me to evolve, I need someone or some people other than myself in my life. And this is something I really didn't expect. And when I was really like doing the research and searching informations about the people, once they finish depression treatment, what what did they feel? What would be their perspectives towards the world and in themselves and everything? I couldn't really find that kind of information. So I was not ready for it. Or maybe this is my rare experience that people really don't go through, but it happens to me, then that's okay. I'm just gonna enjoy and see what this is gonna get me and lead me to. But seriously, this is the least expected things after I finish my depression treatment. But life is always full of surprises, I guess. 2 years and in 3 months, with combining other health issues, in total 3 years. I cannot go back to me before these things happened to me. Like, I cannot erase everything. Those experiences have influenced me and changed me, and I'm no longer the same person, for better or worse.